Hey, what's up, guys? Randall from OddsJam back with you Thursday afternoon. Going to jump over to the OddsJam EV page, see what we can find, see what plays are out there. We've got MLB playoffs starting tomorrow, so we'll see if we can find any games there. Yesterday had someone want us to show all of our plays at the end of the live stream, so I went ahead and cleared out my bet tracker here that I had on this account. So we'll go ahead. We'll just do that. We're going to track every play that we placed. This was the one that we hit yesterday. Well, we did hit. There it is right there. So Phillies, Astros under a half a run in the first inning. This bet was really, really good. We got it at minus 111. Average odds, I think, were right around minus 130 when we placed this. So closing line, minus 118. We beat the closing line there, so that is always good as well. As always, if you have any questions, feel free to drop those in the chat, and I will get those answered for you. We are going to build a same-game parlay as well for FanDuel tonight. So we hit the one last week that we put together, so we'll put together another one this week, see if we can hit that. So and we'll use the filters to help us build that out. So we'll go ahead. I'm going to refresh this one more time. Recommended filters page. Let's go ahead and turn that on. Let's see what bets are out there that look good that we can potentially place. So this under 44.5 in the Colorado State Nevada game, minus 110 on MGM. We can take a look at this a little bit deeper. Again, if you're new here to the stream, I always use my MGM bet on a parlay, which I will put in later this week with you all. So I've got a risk-free bet that I get each week from them, but under 44.5, minus 110. We look at this, we can see that the main line is around 44. Looks like DraftKings has that juice to the under. So does Bet Online. So this actually looks to be a pretty good play based on the market, the average odds. You can get some solid value there on that particular bet. Let's take a look here, see if there's anything else. This Toledo game against Northern Illinois. This is one that I can't bet because an Illinois team is playing, but let's see if there's any value. So we can see here Toledo minus 6.5 plus 120. Looks like the average odds are plus 109. Don't bet Murray. He's not playing. What game are you referring to, Austin? Or tennis, maybe? I have no idea. I'm not sure who you're referring to with Murray. If you can help us out there and give us some details. So it looks like the main line here is Toledo minus 5.5. This is a game where, I would say this is a pretty solid bet. 6.5 is a pretty key number in football. I mean, obviously the main line is 5.5. So if Toledo wins this by 6, you would certainly lose this bet, but this looks to be pretty solid. I mean, average odds are plus 109. You're getting plus 120. Probably a solid bet. I mean, if Toledo wins this game, it's probably by 7 or more. I mean, it could certainly land 6. Missed extra points much less frequent in college football than they are in the NFL. So let's see here. Got some questions rolling in. Hope all is well. Thanks again for the email response. No problem at all. Anybody, if any of you have any questions, I'll put my email in here. Feel free to email me. You can do that, Randall@oddsjam.com. I will happily answer any questions that you have. Let's see here. Tim, how you doing, bud? Just got on. No, have not talked about tonight's game. We're actually going to do that here in just a second. As soon as I finish up these questions, we will go into tonight's game. We'll build a same game parlay. We'll see what's out there. Thursday night football, Latavius Murray was supposed to play. Plus 440 anytime touchdown and then was pulled. Oh, okay. Well, you should, if you bet that tonight and he doesn't dress, Austin, you should get a refund on that bet, depending on what sports book you had that in. Should definitely get a refund for that Murray bet on the anytime touchdown score. So, although Latavius Murray, isn't that the I thought that was the Saints running back. Am I missing something? I thought the Saints just signed him. I'm a Saints fan. I should know. Oh, okay. Then maybe the Saints cut him, I guess. Did not know that. Shows you what I know. So it looks like he was on the Saints. I know he played in London. Looks like he was cut and Broncos signed him and now he's not playing. So yeah, how about that? I did not know that at all. So yeah, so Murray's no go, but yeah, FanDuel, it was a parlay. So on your parlay tonight, Austin, they will just that'll just be they'll just void that leg as long as he doesn't dress. But yeah, Sam, nothing worse than a void on a nice parlay. So yeah, let's see here. Do I like the under 42.5 on FanDuel or under 20 total points by the Colts? You know, this is interesting. I was talking to somebody this morning about this game. Gosh, I mean, that under just looks so easy to take. I mean, I'm one of the worst totals bettors in the NFL. So, I mean, I think the under is a play, but I honestly thought that line should be probably 38, 39. And I mean, this is going to sound backwards of what it should, but I really thought I think with it opening at 42, it's very enticing to take the under. And I mean, these are two teams that have struggled all year. Maybe we just see a ton of points, but there's no value on the total, at least on the EV page. It doesn't look like for Colts total points either. You know, in terms of value, I don't really have any feel on either one of those. I would lean to the over just because, like I said, it almost feels too easy to take the under. But again, I'm terrible with totals. We can see here, I mean, the main line's 42 across the board, 42.5 at FanDuel. Sharp sportsbooks have it 42, juiced 110, 112, bookmaker and bet online. So no real feel there. We'll look at the team total. We can see Colts 20.5. I'm not sure where you would be getting that number at 20. But I mean, 20.5 minus 145. Yeah, I don't know. Tough to say there. This game, I mean, is probably the most unpredictable of any of the Thursday night games, I would say. The two just awful teams. And with that said, I mean, two teams that I think everybody thinks is awful, and maybe we get a shootout tonight. Do I like Melvin Gordon to score a touchdown? Let's see if there's any value on Gordon to score a touchdown. I mean, I saw there was a prop out there, Gordon plus 400 to lose a fumble. He's done that quite often this year. Let me go ahead and change states though real quick to Colorado, just so we can see some more odds. So it looks like Gordon plus 120 on FanDuel and Fox Bet is your best bet. I mean, definitely books think he's going to score. Average odds are plus 105. So, I mean, I would say that's definitely a solid bet. I will say for our parlay that we're going tonight, we're going to actually throw Paris Campbell in here to score a touchdown for the Colts. My model actually likes him. We'll build that here in just a second. I'm very annoyed at this number, though, because this was actually plus 700 because Jonathan Taylor wasn't playing. Once Taylor was announced out, these odds dropped. So we're going to take him on FanDuel in our parlay, but I mean, plus 500 on DraftKings, definitely probably where you should bet it if you're going to bet it for sure. Hey, I asked about a possible DFS tool before. I do what you recommended already. I started using the screen tool. It's awesome. Yeah, Kevin, I mean, the screen is very cool. You can see all of the odds in one place. Ask about a tool. because DFS at times is on a different line and doesn't show up on the other tools because there's nothing compared to. Yeah. So, I mean, I see what you're saying there. When the lines are different, we're definitely not going to show those, but I'm wondering, I haven't actually looked into this. Let's just see if I go player receiving yards, if we're able to add those books to it. So it looks like, yeah. Oh, yeah. So there's Underdog and Thrive. So, I mean, I don't know if this helps, Kevin. I know you mentioned the screen. I'm not sure what we can do on the EV side of things, like on the EV page when the odds are different. But, I mean, feel free to shoot me some suggestions, and I'll definitely share those with the engineers. Happy to do that for you, to try to make it, as easy as we can for you. Money's going to the under, and so is the steam. Yeah, I mean, I'm not surprised by that. That's definitely where I would say the money will come in, is on the under. Adam, is there a market for a Gordon fumble? I think I saw it on PointsBet. Let me see here. Game props, probably not going to be on game props. I think I saw it on PointsBet. I don't know if it was a special that they had. Let's see here. There's Melvin Gordon props. Do they have anything? Yeah, they don't have a Gordon fumble prop, but they may have had it somewhere. I did see it on Twitter. It was a promotion that PointsBet was running. Oh, NFL boosters. Is this it? No. So this may have changed throughout the day, Adam, but he was plus 400 on PointsBet at one point to lose a fumble. Do any of the lines ever do a final score? If you can elaborate on that a little more, I can try to answer your question. I mean, if you're looking for like a final score on our website, no, we wouldn't show the final score on this, if that's what you're asking. I'm not sure if that's what you're asking, but feel free to elaborate on that, and I can definitely go into details. Awesome. Thinking Colts plus 14.5, Sutton plus or 35 plus. Are these viable for a same game parlay? We'll take a look here in just a second. Let's just go ahead and do that and see. Shane McClanahan popped up on Prize Picks. Any recommendations on another? Let me select Prize Picks real quick, and I'll try to find you another bet real quick for just Prize Picks. And then I definitely want to get this same game parlay built. Shane Bieber under 5.5. I know that game's on Friday. If you're looking for something today, Kyle Granson over 1.5 receptions. That would have to be in a 5 flex, though. No value on just like a 2-leg entry. So yeah, Bieber actually under 5.5 has just a tad bit of value if you were just going to do like a 2-leg entry for an EV bet. Yeah, I mean, in terms of Prize Picks, that would be what that is, Craig. This would be a good one. Shane Bieber under 5.5. Little bit of value against the average odds. It's minus 137 on Prize Picks. You can get it, you can get it minus 137. Average odds minus 141. Bet Online, Sharp Book minus 145. Pinnacle minus 170. So definitely good there. Says Angelo, take him at like 50 plus. So Angelo, we're going to get back to your question here in just a second as we build this same game parlay. I'll see what bets are out there. Final score prediction for tonight's game. Yeah, I don't know. Let's see. Final score prediction. Yeah, I know you can do those crazy scores. I don't even know what that's under. Game specials, maybe. I have no idea. Somewhere I do know. You are right. You can predict the score. I've never done that. Let's say, I don't know. Let's go Broncos 31, Colts 20. That'll be my prediction. Broncos 31, Colts 20. So I don't know what that pays. I don't see it on here because I've never actually bet that. I don't even see where that would be, but I do know you could do it. Anybody like Mo Alley Cox TD score? I don't know. Anybody in here like Mo Alley Cox to score a touchdown? Feel free to let Angelo know. I'm going to go ahead, though. I'm going to clear this. Let's go ahead and clear all of these filters. And I'm going to switch back to Illinois. We're going to build our FanDuel same game parlay. Hopefully we can cash something that's out there tonight. So let's go. We'll search the game. We're going to go Broncos Colts, and we'll just see what is out there. So Melvin Gordon under 9.5, longest reception. Don't really love that. Matt Ryan over a half of an interception. Looks like that looks to be a pretty solid play. Minus 122. We're getting the best odds on FanDuel there as well. So, I mean, probably not going to have much of a running game tonight without Taylor. I'm going to stop sharing my screen. I'm going to log into FanDuel. We'll see if we can place a bet. Idea of this same game parlay is, we want to make sure that as we build this, we're getting the best odds for whatever legs that we're putting in there. So let's go ahead. Let's build this same game parlay. Keep those questions coming in. I'll get to them here just as soon as we finish. So let me go to promotions, make sure I've opted in. Don't bet on FanDuel a whole lot. So they're not going to, I think it's a $5 max for me. So 3+ legs plus 400 or longer. So let's go ahead. If you want to tail this, we're going to build a parlay here. Anytime touchdown score. Let's see here. There we go. I am going with Campbell. The model for him to score a touchdown for me likes him to score one. I know these are not the best odds that are out there, but I'm going to throw that in there just for fun. So if you want to leave it, skip it, don't want it, you can certainly do that. Matt Ryan over a half of an interception, minus 122. That's an EV play. So let's add that to the parlay. Let's see here. Matt Ryan interception. Yes. So we've got that added. And then what was the other one? I just saw another one pop up on there. Phillip Lindsay over 38.5 rushing yards. Looks like juice to the over on Bet Online. I did hear something today about Lindsay getting some more touches. So why not? Especially if Gordon fumbles. They're not going to let us combine this. I'm assuming the interception. So let's find one more. Lindsay over 38.5. Paris Campbell anytime touchdown score. Let's see here. So we're at plus 758. Let's go ahead and refresh this page one more time. Oh, can't add interception to parlays. Okay, so we'll avoid that. Let's see if we can find another one. I'd like to find something on FanDuel. I don't really like taking this. I mean, under 9.5, under 9.5 for a longest reception. I mean, that's just a pretty obscure prop there to take. Let's hop back over here. Let's look at the actual game. Although actually, you know what? We'll finish this up. I said 31-20 final, so we'll roll with that. So this is not, I guess, a true EV parlay, but we will build something and have a little bit of fun with it. I'm going to actually, just so we can get some plus money, let's go ahead and we'll go over 43.5. So Campbell plus 460 to score a touchdown. Phillip Lindsay over 38.5 and over 43.5 points. I mean, I guess if you wanted to do over 41.5, you could. Let's see. What are the difference there? Plus 1290, plus 1164. Not a whole lot. I mean, it's probably going to land. I'm gonna stick with it. 31-20 final. So we'll go ahead. They're giving us a $5 risk-free bet on this. Campbell to score a touchdown. Lindsay over 38.5 rushing yards, which was an EV play, and then over 43.5 total points. So we'll go ahead. We'll place that bet. We'll ride that out. We'll see if we can cash that. So hop back here. Dave likes Allie Cox and Sutton to get a touchdown. Jerry Jeudy anytime touchdown. I'm not sure. I mean, I don't have an opinion on that for Jeudy to score a touchdown. We can see if there's any value in him scoring a touchdown, or we can at least see if there's an outlier for him scoring a touchdown at least. So we'll switch this back to Colorado and see. Maybe. Let's see. What else do we have? Any EV plays on Underdog? I'll take a look there. And then I will we'll take a look at that here in a second. We were looking at Jerry Jeudy. So plus 220 on FanDuel looks to be the best line that's out there for that. So not an outlier, I guess, too much. Although, I mean, MGM's plus 130. Definitely. I mean, if you're looking to bet this, you want to take it at FanDuel, which, speaking of FanDuel, $1,000 risk-free bet for your first bet. If you're new to FanDuel or you don't have any of these sports books above, all of these links are below. You can take advantage of those sign-up bonuses and get those bets locked in. You definitely need multiple sports books, though, to be able to line shop and get the best number. I mean, this is actually a great example. There's no reason, if you're betting on Jerry Jeudy to score a touchdown, that you should take it at MGM plus 130 when you can get plus 220. It wouldn't make any sense long term. You know, $100 bet wins you 130. $100 bet here wins you 220. So big difference. Let's hop back over EV page, Underdog, looking for some plays on Underdog. We'll go ahead. We'll clear these filters. Let me go ahead and select Underdog from the list of books, and we'll see if there is anything out there for Underdog fantasy. So Shane Bieber under 5.5 strikeouts. That looks to be a pretty solid play on Underdog. You're getting some value even if you just did like a two pick, minus 143 average odds. Two very, very sharp books, Bet Online and Pinnacle, have this juice minus 169, minus 170. You can get minus 137. So definitely some value there. Yu Darvish under 5.5 strikeouts looks to have some value as well. Not as much as this Shane Bieber, but there is some value on Darvish under 5.5, even if you were going to couple that with Shane Bieber. And then if you're looking for something tonight, Pittman under 5.5 catches, minus 137 average. Minus 137 on Underdog, minus 142 are the average odds. So you're getting a little bit of value there. But if you're comparing Bet Online, no real value on that being a sharp book. Pinnacle has it minus 168. So a little bit of value on that. We talked about that. Can't add interceptions. What percentage of your bets have better odds than the closing line? So on my actual OddsJam account that is not used for live streams, my closing line is right around 68%. Anything that's above 50% is solid. So this is, mine's 100 right now just from that bet that we had yesterday. So that's not accurate at all. But anything 50% and above is definitely good. Let's see here. Question: Broncos minus 2.5 worth buying? Thoughts? Let's take a look and see. I mean, certainly 3 is a key number. Is it up to 3.5 now? Yeah, it is 3.5. It looks like this is actually going to come back down to 3. FanDuel's probably needing some action here on the Colts, moving that line to 3.5 to try to draw some action. Although actually, to answer your question, I mean, it looks like most of these books are juiced at -3. I mean, Bookmaker, Bet Online as well. They actually look like they would be moving this to potentially 3.5. So, I mean, to answer your question there, is it worth buying? I mean, I don't think so, because this tells me that the market believes this should probably be Denver minus 3.5. So to me, I don't think it's worth buying down to 2.5. I mean, we can see what it would take to buy it to 2.5. I'm going to guess it's pretty expensive, just because, yeah, I mean, minus 140, minus 150. No, I would not suggest that. I mean, at minus 150, I mean, you can get minus 139 on DraftKings, but if you had to lay even minus 140 or minus 150, I mean, at that point, Denver's money line's minus 170. I mean, pretty big difference, but I would not suggest buying that down to 2.5. I'd take the 3 at 120, and if it lands 3, you push. I don't think it's worth I don't think it's worth buying that at all. Add over 7.5 total points to the parlay on FanDuel and thank me later. I already added it, Austin, but yeah, if you want to tail Austin, I mean, I've got it here. Same game parlay. We should have added over 7.5 points. Hey, I like it because I think 31-20 final is my prediction. So why not over 7.5 points as well? Like that. Hines under 36.5 rushing yards. Let's see, on the wrong page here. Let's go to rushing yards. Take a look, see what Hines is, see if there's any value. Hines under 36.5 rushing yards. Looks like the market is at 37.5 for the most parts. Looks to be a pretty split decision in terms of over and under. In terms of value, I mean, I definitely, to answer your question there, I don't see any value in the under or the over just based on this. I mean, if you wanted to go by DraftKings and Caesars, and I guess Pinnacle, you could certainly say that maybe under 36.5 has some value, depending on what you value a yard at, with them being -131, -135. Willie, so many people in the stream today. Yeah, speaking of people in the stream, so we, I don't know, those of you that use OddsJam, you've probably interacted with Sarah before. We make a bet every day on over under total of people that join the stream. So the total today was 65.5. I took the over, so appreciate you guys tuning in. I won that bet, and she owes me $1. So Hines over 36, says Rashawn. Brian, hello, how you doing? Let's go ahead. Let's take one last look at the recommended filters. Go ahead and refresh this. Oh, actually, I just refreshed that. It looks like Hines under 37.5. There you go, Tan, who asked that earlier. Rich GG's under 37.5 on Bet365 is actually an EV play if you have Bet365. I do not have Bet365, so I cannot bet that, but that is an EV play. So definitely a play to lock in if you have Bet365. Let's see. Adam, favorite sports books to ARB. I mean, to me, I would just always look to see, what books showed the most opportunities. If that was something that you were looking to do, because I mean, it definitely varies by state. I mean, for me, it was always DraftKings, FanDuel, and Barstool, but it certainly varies by state. So some states that have other books have much more opportunity than I do here in Illinois. Hey, how you doing? Saw your max bet was $5. If it was higher, would you always max bet it? Yeah, I mean, if whatever my max bet is on that promo, I would max bet it. So if it's 10, 15, 20, I will say the bad thing, I mean, it's not a bad thing, I guess, but the one thing that FanDuel changed was they now give it back to you in the form of a free bet, whereas last year they used to give it to you in site credit. So, I mean, it was just a total free roll. But, I mean, if you had like a $50 no sweat same game parlay, bet the max, and then if it loses, you can come here to the free bet converter, and you can convert that bet to cash if you wanted to, get back a certain percentage of it. You could certainly do that. So yeah, to answer your question, if I was able to do, 10, 15, 20, 50, whatever, I would definitely do it. I mean, you can see if it loses and say it was $50, you could do this here on the free bet calculator. 242.67 on the other side, you get back roughly $37. So it cost you $13 to actually bet that if it lost. So hopefully that helps. Ryan, if it's 31-20 tonight, you're an absolute legend. We'll see. I threw a number out. That's a pretty popular score in the NFL, but if it is 31-20, I'll let you give me the props for that. Looking ahead to Sunday, what are you liking? In another stream, you said you like the Niners if the Panthers cover 2 home games in a row. So yeah, the Panthers actually didn't cover 2 home games back to back. So I'm totally off that game, at least at this point. Bet365 real quick, and I've got to roll because I have a call right now. Brian, a couple Bet365 plays. Over 59 in Toledo, Northern Illinois looks good. Southern Miss and Troy, that looks really good as well. Over 42.5. Willie, didn't mean to cut you short there. I will, let's talk NFL again tomorrow. We'll have 30 minutes again tomorrow. So we'll talk some NFL tomorrow, Friday. Bring your questions and we can dive deeper into that. But I do have a 1:30 call that I have to jump to. Don't want them waiting around. As always, any questions, email me, randall@oddsjam.com. Be sure to check out all those links in the description below. Make sure you have those sports books. If you don't, get signed up for them. If you have questions about them, email me. Happy to help you out. So appreciate you guys tuning in, and I will see you tomorrow.